Hey guys, it's Wolfblood here. Today I'm going to be talking about privilege. By this I mean what people refer to as white privilege, straight privilege, male privilege, etc. And depending on how you view me, you may think I'm going to come down hard on either side here. I may be like, well, that's just some bullshit made up by people that don't want open debate and want to shut down discourse and aren't interested in a reasonable argument. Or you may be thinking, well, yeah, privilege is the worst thing ever and we need to take shotguns to everyone that's privileged and just get rid of them all because it's awful. But no, I'm actually calling this one reasonably down the middle. Because you see, while I believe privilege does exist, I believe it's undeniable that certain people who belong to certain groups will or won't experience different situations depending on the groups they belong to. I don't believe that you can use somebody's privilege in an argument against them to say that they're wrong, because I have seen this before where somebody will be like, well, you're wrong because you're white and therefore you can't have the same experiences as I do, therefore you don't know what you're talking about in regards to this situation. And while, yes, your experiences are perfectly valid, we can't just say, oh, well, you know, you've never experienced these things. They don't make the basis of a logical argument. They don't provide a reason in terms of an actual debate. And I think the reason why you can't possibly say that the minority group is always right when discussing the minority group is because other people in the same minority group disagree with them, always. No matter what you're talking about, you're going to find people in the same minority group who don't agree with you about the way you're discussing the minority group. And people who aren't a member of the minority group have just as much a right to argue against you as people that are. It doesn't matter where the argument is coming from. You can't say that the argument is corrupted because of its source. It's a known logical fallacy, poisoning the well. And I think that's basically the bottom line here. You can argue about privilege. You can say, well, here's privilege, here's why it's wrong, here's why we need to get rid of it. But you can't use privilege as an argument. You can't just say, well, here's the fact that you're privileged and therefore you're wrong. So I don't really think there's much more to say about that. This should be fairly simple, guys. You can say, I want to discuss this matter. You can't say this matter means you can't discuss it. And I think that's all I'm going to say about that.